Welcome to episode number 204 of the Beyond Social Media Show, the podcast for all of you marketing, advertising, public relations, and communications professionals. We're recording live on YouTube on October 5, 2017. A handful of things to talk about this week, including Google Pixel, ex-president's rock and relief, happy anniversary, Mr. President, Ramona forever, BuzzFeed's fake news feed, IRS hearts Equifax, the social pause, and not my client. BL, you kick it off with the best story of the week. What was that?
Well, without a doubt, the best story of the week is the concert that is coming up on October 21st with the 5 living ex-presidents giving a hurricane relief concert in Texas. And the current White House occupant isn't in the best boy band ever. I would have to guess that they didn't invite him, because if he was there, people wouldn't give money and he'd be trying to make it all about him. But the announcement was really cool. It came from George Bush, and it said, on behalf of former presidents Jimmy Carter, George Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama, thank you for your interest in supporting Deep from the Heart, the One America Appeal concert on Saturday, October 21st at Reed Arena. The catastrophic hurricane season has already caused hundreds of billions of dollars in property damage, displaced millions, and destroyed entire communities. As a result, our fellow Americans are facing overwhelming challenges. The staggering, urgent need is simply beyond the capacity of government alone to address every facet. And you can bet the list of performers is going to grow by the minute, but they announced Alabama, Lyle Lovett, Robert Earl Keem, the Gatelans, Lee Greenwood, and Stephanie Quayle. And I just think that's the coolest thing that they've all gotten together to do that. I wish I could go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is the coolest thing. You do remember that Bill Clinton and George Bush got together for a previous disaster relief fundraiser on television. I think they aired during the Super Bowl. But yeah, this is a good effort. Everybody should support it. I'll certainly contribute. So
okay, so I figure Clinton's going to play the sax. I think Bush plays the piano. Who's going to play drums?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, it's going to be a great boy band. That's all I can say. The best ever.
I think Jimmy Carter plays drums. He's got enough practice with hammering nails in his habitat here for humanity.
Yeah. That would be so cool.
So a huge event occurred this week in technology, and Lisa Adiccio, I believe is how you pronounce it, but I've probably mangled her name, from Time Magazine has a huge write-up on everything you missed during Google's Pixel 2 announcement. So they had an event to announce the Pixel 2 phone, which was the hallmark of the event, but they announced a bunch of other things as well. The Pixel 2 phone is going to come in 5-inch and 6-inch OLED displays with a 12 megapixel camera. It'll include Google Lens, so it'll have augmented reality feature on it. So you can point your camera at objects and pick up information via the camera just by pointing it at it. Google Assistants will be baked in, and you can activate it by squeezing the side of the camera. So you just squeeze the sides of the camera, and that'll activate Google Assistant, so you can ask your questions. The 5-inch Pixel 2 starts at $694, and the 6-inch Pixel 2 XL starts at $849. They also announced a Pixel Book Chromebook with a 12-inch screen, functions as both a laptop and a tablet, runs Chrome OS. It's designed to work on the internet, obviously. It's got Google Assistant built in. You can interact with it by speaking, by typing, or by using the company's new, Google's new $99 stylus called the Pixel Book Pen, which you can use to mark up content on the screen and then obtain more information from Google Assistant. So that's pretty cool. That is $99.99 or $99, almost $1,000. Home Max is their high-end speaker, smart speaker. It intelligently adjusts the audio settings based on its surroundings. So if you move it to another point in the room, it'll readjust it'll acoustically retune itself to make the best sound given the space. So it's acoustically aware. It will offer a deeper bass with the dual 4.5-inch woofers. It says it's 20 times more powerful than the original Google Home. That competes obviously with Apple's HomePod and Amazon's new Echo, and that's $399. They're releasing a Home Mini, so that's the competitor with Amazon's Echo Dot, stripped down Google Home version for $49. And they're competing with Apple here again with Pixel Buds, Air Audio earbuds with Google Translate built in. So it translates in real time using your phone. You can say, hello, speak Italian. Your phone speakers will render whatever you say next in Italian through your phone speakers to the person you're talking to. And when the person you're talking to responds in Italian, you'll hear the English translation in the earbuds. So
that is
cool.
mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is. Their translate technology is amazing. It'll be available in 40 languages. You can summon the Google Assistant with a tap on the earbuds. That obviously competes with Apple's AirPods. It's priced at $159. And then they have Google Clips, which is a clip-on smart camera.
I love that. I want that.
I'm surprised at you wanting that. It's designed to snap photos for you, so it can be laid on a surface or clipped to anything, and it uses artificial intelligence to automatically detect when a photo should be taken. The cameras will learn to recognize your friends and family members over time, enabling it to capture images better at opportune moments. All of the artificial intelligence happens on the device, so none of the data is obtained by Clips is sent to the cloud unless you send it directly. So you can use your phone to swipe through the photos it takes and choose which ones you want to share. The Verge's Ben Popper has a great article on this. The title of his article is Google's new Clips camera is invasive, creepy, and perfect for a parent like me. I want ambient memory making, capturing candids. So, if you're having somebody else during Christmas, you had dad taking pictures of the event, right? Now you don't have to have that. You just have Christmas, and the camera will find the opportune moments to take pictures for you. But
which is creepy.
That's why I'm surprised that you want that.
I just think it's, the augmented reality part of it, the artificial intelligence part of it. I mean, I have to play with it. I have to see what this is going to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a huge challenge to Apple, too. Apple, you think about it, Apple got to where they are in part by controlling their own app ecosphere, right? A closed system, unlike Android, anybody can create an app for Android. So the quality of the apps aren't controlled by Google via Android, but Apple controls their app ecosphere. But Google controls my ecosphere. Right? You think about Google's competitive advantage is having the data and having their AI. So around the data, they know my email. I have Gmail, so they know what I'm getting in my inbox. They know my searches based on my Google searches. They know where I go based on Google Maps or
That's the creepy part. That's the real creepy part.
They know what videos I watch via YouTube, what music I listen to because I use Google Play Music, the photos and videos I shoot. I upload my videos to YouTube, my photos to Google Photos. My texting, I have the Gboard keyboard, so it knows what I'm texting. They know pretty much everything about me, so their hardware is going to be more personalized to me, hyper-personalized to me. And then you throw on top of that the AI. Google's way ahead of Apple and pretty much everybody in terms of AI. They've been doing voice recognition forever. Remember, they put the microphone in the search bar so you could start long ago, so you could do voice searches via your computer. And they've been doing natural language processing for a lot longer than Apple. Their machine vision was trained on all the library of YouTube videos. They have a huge data set to train their machine vision. Their Google Photos, as a result, is amazing in its ability to recognize what's in a photo. And then Google Maps has real-time traffic data, so that beats Apple Maps by a long shot. And then Google bought a mobile division of HTC, so now they have really serious smartphone hardware talent to throw on top of that. So I think this is a huge challenge to Apple.
Well, though the thing of it is, when you add up all those things that go with the Pixel, you're talking about a lot of money. And it sounds like what they're basically expecting us to do, and it makes sense to me, is to have the tablet, use it as your computer, and basically do everything else with your phone, which is what most of us do anyway. And I've been using voice typing since I broke my shoulder last year because it's so cool. And it works so well. And I had tried drag and dictate, and you name it, I had tried it, and I couldn't get any of it to work. And this just works.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, I'm seriously considering that my next phone might be a Pixel.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
And it's simply because everything it knows. I know from my experience with Home, with my Google Home, that it knows it's more personalized to me because it knows so much about me compared to the app, the Amazon Echo. So I can ask for directions to football on Saturday, and it knows what I'm talking about.
Because it knows where you go.
Because it knows where I go, right? Yeah.
It's a little scary. So yeah, that was a really exciting, much more exciting actually than the Apple conference a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
There was just so much more that was new. I took a course this week with Robert Scoble and Shel Israel. I went to their webinar about transformation and artificial intelligence and mixed reality, and it was absolutely fascinating because it was all filled with case examples of how companies are using artificial intelligence, and all of this is, it's here. And yet I talk to people and I say, oh yes, I'm studying artificial intelligence, or I'm looking at, I'm trying to learn about augmented reality, and they say, what's that? And I mean,
well, if you're in communications, if you're in marketing, you had better know about this stuff because it's only going to get more prevalent.
Well, this is going to be like what happened when desktop publishing came along. I, at that time, was working with very, very important graphic designers, and some of them did not want to learn how to use Photoshop and, InDesign and so on. And you know what they're called? They're called retired. Yeah. So if, you want to be where everything is still going on, and I hope for the rest of my life to always want to be in that spot, then you better be paying attention. Right. So speaking about paying attention, the most lovely thing happened this week. It was the 25th wedding anniversary of Barack and Michelle Obama, and she was speaking at a women's conference, and oh my God, I miss them so much. And he dropped in with a video about how much he was thrilled to have spent all these years with her, and he talked about her strength and her grace and honesty, and he said, not to mention looking good while you do all the things that you do, and that's what we're missing right now: strength and grace and honesty and looking good while you're doing it. And it was 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but oh God, I miss them. I wish they could come back.
Well, back when they had kids, little children, babies, was before everybody started sharing their baby photos on Facebook, right? But now it's a thing. Everybody does it, and sometimes they do it unintentionally. So this is from a story, a Mashable story by Johnny Liu. The person who's in charge of updating the National Public Radio's Facebook page did just that, inadvertently posted a post of their baby to the NPR page when they were intending to send it to the personal page, the nightmare of every social media manager, right? The post went like this: Ramona is given new toy, smiles, examines for 20 seconds, discards. Ramona gets a hug, acquiesces momentarily, squirms to be put down. Ramona sees 3 cats 30 feet away, immediately possessed by shrieking, spasmodic joy that continues after cats flee for their lives. So that was the post. And NPR quickly followed up with another post that said, edit. This post was intended for a personal account. We apologize for the error. Oh my God. Am I going to get fired, right? But no, the internet responded not so fast. Some of the responses to the post, Jay McCormick said, this is so much better than the depressing news lately. Can Ramona updates be a new NPR feature? Suzanne Walton said, The NPR employee behind the Ramona post deserves a promotion for boosting the morale of the American people. John Lund said, if you enjoy programming like Ramona, hashtag, consider becoming a member for today for just $30 a month. Because it's, of course, National Public Radio. And then Stephen Smith tweeted, Dear NPR, do you realize that tomorrow you will have to do a story about hashtag Ramona, right, with interview? This is non-negotiable. So NPR followed up with a story about the errant posting by reporter Tanya Ballard-Brown, saying that NPR swing editor Christopher Dean Hopkins was the man behind the post, and quotes him as saying, we don't generally delete posts, so I tried to do it in a way that would be transparent. My job is to promote our good work, and I catastrophically failed that last night. What Hopkins didn't anticipate was how much people needed something to feel good after back-to-back tragedies, from the Las Vegas massacre to the devastation from the hurricanes. Now there are Ramona hashtags that are trending. Ramona updates, bring back Ramona forever. The Houston Zoo tweeted, NPR, how's hashtag Ramona this morning? Asking for a friend. Hashtag friends of Ramona.
That's great.
It remains to be seen whether Ramona updates will become a regular feature of NPR's Facebook page. But to date, this is the golden post that was unintentionally posted. 73,000 people have reacted to the post. Among the reactions, 43,000 are likes, 17,000 are loves, 12,000 are ha-has, 151 wows, 35 sads, and 10 angries. There's no pleasing some people. 6,200 people shared the post, and 5,900 comments were made on the post. So way to go.
That's fabulous. Yeah, I got involved in We Rate Dogs this week, which is a site that is like this huge runaway hit where they basically remember like cuteness, cute overload that was part of, I think it's still part of BuzzFeed, but you know, every day there were new puppies. Well, here they say funny things about the dogs. In fact, they're hilarious. And you know, you kind of needed a break. You needed a break from all of it. But speaking about all of it, you know, after the Las Vegas massacre, immediately fake news started popping up for some unknown reason. And so BuzzFeed reporter Ryan Broderick kept a running tab on the hoaxes being spread. And one of them was the Las Vegas shooter, reportedly a Democrat who liked Rachel Maddow, MoveOn.org, and associated with anti-Trump army, which was false. And that was on Gateway Pundit, you know, and they went on. And so he kept a running tab on all of them, and because the hoaxes were spread by the far right, and there were also missing people posts using images of actors, which is so weird, and people saying that the shooter was Antifa and you know, Antifa, and I mean it just got insane, and so he really did keep it updated in real time. It was a real necessary service at that moment because people are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So another story in the wake of the massacre in Las Vegas is something we need and still don't have, but has been raised numerous times in past tragedies before. That is a social media pause button. This is from a Marketing Land article by Martin Beck from November of 2015. That in the wake of the Paris terror attacks in November of 2015, people were pleading, social media, he was writing about it at that time, social media managers were pleading for a universal pause button. Very few social media management platforms actually have one. Buffer appears to be the only widely popular social media management platform that has actually implemented this feature. In 2013, Buffer shared tips on Twitter for how to pause scheduled posts in the wake of a previous tragedy. They've subsequently implemented the feature. In fact, 2 days ago, I got an email from Buffer telling me that they had this feature and telling you how to use it. Sprout Social, another popular social media management platform, has a pause button, but only for its Sprout Queue, which is a auto queuing feature that allows accounts to auto post based on an RSS feed, but it doesn't stop manually scheduled posts, which is what most people do. You've got to go and edit each one and turn them to draft or reschedule them in order to do that. Social Flow does offer pause functionality, but not a globally one. You have to go into each social account separately to turn to pause them. But enterprise social management platforms like Sprinkler does offer a pause posts across the board function, and Spreadfast has a global pause button, and you're still capable of sending unscheduled social posts. So that's beneficial in a disaster situation where you want to not post stuff that's inappropriate, but respond to stuff that you need to. HubSpot, which I use for social posting, is among other things for inbound marketing, does not have a pause button. Hootsuite, which we use for our social posting, does not have a pause button. So it's about time this is clearly a needed feature. It's about time every social platform has one.
Yeah, well, we have a disaster once a week at least. Right. So, clearly. Speaking of disasters, does that bring us to the worst news?
I thought that was the worst news.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that is. Really. Okay, well, remember when we started the show, we had a WTF segment? Yeah. Well, we'd have to bring it back for this one. The IRS, in all its wisdom, has hired Equifax to handle our personal data, despite the scandal with Equifax. These stories were from Politico, who broke the story, and The Verge. Stephen Overly, Nancy Scola, and Ben Popper all reported on it. And honestly, at first I thought this was from The Onion, but we're not that lucky. Apparently the IRS they had a no-bid contract award. They're going to pay Equifax $7.25 million to verify taxpayer identities and, get this, help prevent fraud, even as lawmakers lashed the company with a massive security breach that exposed the personal information of 145.5 million Americans and growing. The credit agency will verify taxpayer identity and assist in, this is from the IRS award, assist in ongoing identity verification and validations. So, of course, the lawmakers on both sides of the aisle blasted it, and they had their sound bites already. It's like the guards at Fort Knox forgot to lock the door, was Republican Chairman Greg Walden of Oregon during the hearing, asking Equifax to protect identities and prevent fraud for the IRS, an organization with its own identity theft issues, is like hiring the fox to guard the hen house, blah, blah, blah. So then the IRS defended its decision in a statement, saying that Equifax told them that none of its data was involved in the breach and that Equifax already provides similar services to the IRS under a previous contract. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I mean, that's a WTF of the century.
Well, it's not surprising. No-bid contracts, colossally stupid as they are not uncommon, unfortunately, in governmental circles. It's idiotic, but there you have it. It happens all the time. But you'd think that somebody's going to come up with some legislation or whatever the hell it is to rescind this contract, because, oh my God, please.
Well, not so far. Apparently it's already underway. I mean, how freaking ridiculous is that? So, just when you think that it can't get any crazier, it does.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do have another one that's pretty horrible, but go ahead and give one of yours.
I just gave mine, so I'm all out.
Okay, well, you want to be glad that this is not your client. This is from a creativity story, and this is wrong in so many ways, it's not even funny. It's a series of videos about the future of butt wiping, and it has these videos where this hand comes up out of the toilet and hands you this thing that they're trying to sell you, and it's sickening. I mean, just the thought of a hand coming up out of
So
the
are they
toilet.
trying to sell their product to 7-year-old boys? I don't get it. I mean,
Oh my God. I mean, just be glad that that's not some account
it's
you had to
probably
work on.
more 5-year-old boys, I'm thinking. Yeah. Wow.
Scatologically
Wow.
sound, but you know, then you have to wonder, are they going to sell some of these? And they weren't cheap either, by the way. And I don't know if I should put the video in the show notes or not, but probably I should.
Yeah, well, it's too late now.
Okay, so that brings us to shiny new objects, and you
It
wanted
does
to annoy
indeed.
me with one. Is that true?
No, we'll annoy you next week.
Annoy me next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the one I that won't annoy you is called Gravity Press. It's a WordPress plugin that integrates two popular plugins that I use and need integration. MemberPress, which is the plugin for creating membership websites like those that you subscribe to when you take online courses or whatever, a subscription site where you need a membership. And Gravity Forms, which is a really flexible and fantastic WordPress plugin for creating really flexible forms. The problem is that with MemberPress, that you can't use Gravity Forms to subscribe people to your membership site using MemberPress. They don't integrate. So this is a plugin called Gravity Press that integrates them so you can seamlessly create membership levels using Gravity Forms. Anybody who's into WordPress and doing membership sites needs to look into this. It's very cool. The standard version is $49. Developer version with unlimited sites is $129, so pretty affordable too, as listings go.
So that sounds like something worth checking out. For sure.
It is. I've already tried it.
This is not new, but it's worth mentioning, and that is Click to Tweet, because it's free and you can integrate it into everything from your press releases to your website to your blog posts to your social media, so that people can see a phrase that they want to tweet and they just click to tweet it. The little thing pops up, click to tweet. It's free, it's easy. Even I can install it, and and so I recommend it.
Yeah, I've used it before too. I recommend it as well.
Okay, well, that's good. We agree on something, Dave. I'm happy.
Finally.
That's why we're here, though, isn't it?
That's right.
So that brings us to your daily numbers.
Wrap this up. So Google's got their new versions of their smart speakers out. I thought this was appropriate. Why people want smart speakers. This is NPR and Edison Research conducted this research, and it's asking smart speaker owners why they wanted to buy a smart speaker. 90% said, not surprisingly, to listen to music. 87% said they wanted to ask questions without needing to type. So that's the future of inputting is voice recognition. 86% said it seemed like a fun new gadget. 77% to listen to news and information. 71% said to control audio with your voice. 69% to make it easier to do things. If you're cooking dinner and stuff, hands off, you can just control it with your voice. 65% said the quality of sound, and 63% said to set alarms, which I do all the time. So
all of those reasons are good ones, and I really am a big Siri fan, except she so often gives idiotic responses. But I use her for a lot of things where it's. I mean, they all do. They're not all giving us brilliant responses.
No,
Sooner or later, they
Google's
will.
Assistance does. Use Google Assistance and try it out. Compare it to Siri. It's infinitely better.
Really? Well, I may do that because I'm really not pleased with the update of iOS 11 for my iPhone 6, and neither is anybody else, because it eats your battery, and you can't even keep your phone charged for half a day because it eats your battery. And I've turned off everything they told me to turn off, and now Apple support is saying, oh, let us work with you in DMs. No, I want to do this publicly. Tell me what the hell is going on here and how you're going to fix it. So that's my message to you, Apple support.
Well, thanks for doing that for me. I won't update my OS yet.
Don't update it. Really, it's not, and it slows your phone down and it freezes and all sorts of bad things happen. Anyway, that brings us to the end of episode 204 of the Beyond Social Media Show, and links to everything we've discussed on the show will be on our blog, beyondsocialmediashow.com/204. And we hope you'll leave us a review and tell us what you thought about the show. And hopefully you'll leave us some love. I am BL Achman, and I am at What's Next on Twitter. I blog at whatsnextblog.com. I'm What's Next blog on YouTube. And my website is blachman.com. That Dave Erickson, my co-host, charming co-host, is at D Erickson on Twitter. And he blogs at eStrategyBlog.com and CreativePR.com/blog, both of which have superb content and newsletters. And he's eStrategy on YouTube. The show, again, BeyondSocialMediaShow.com. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter as BS Media Show. We're on iTunes, which we hope you will go to subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. We're on Stitcher. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Google Play. We try to be everywhere that you're going to be. And we'll be back next week, same station, same time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.